Well, Vince, we started talking about
Yeah.
playing with the Eagles at the Sphere. It's like everybody I know in Nashville, it's like they're not coming here to see you. They're going to Las Vegas. Tell me about playing in the big dome.
It's the most people I've ever been ignored by when I'm playing. You're playing and they're looking at all the stuff on the ceiling. They're not paying any attention to you. Music to me has never been visual. And the whole point of that show and that building is the visual side of it. You know, I never wanted to see anybody running around on the stage and yelling at me and being aerobic and bombs going off and pyro and whatever. And, it's a great show. A great show to me is watching Merle Haggard stand there singing me great song after great song after great song. And it's still what I want to hear when I go to hear music. I don't necessarily go to see it.
So you wouldn't buy a ticket to the Sphere to see a band?
Well, I can't say that yet. I might get in trouble for saying that. but I get it that it's it's equally as visual for a lot of people.
More so, almost.
Yeah, and this thing is all about the visual. I went to see the Beatles Love show in Vegas. I think it was called Love, and I didn't like it. I just said, I just want to hear these great songs.
The Cirque du Soleil
Yeah,
version.
exactly. I see Volkswagens flying around through the air, and I go, I don't want to see that. I loved hearing the music. That's what the music is for me to paint the pictures. I never liked videos, in my career when I had to go make a video and all that. I go, no, it doesn't make any sense. You got to paint your own pictures to what these songs mean to you. Mm. And so it's foreign to me, but it's still fun. You can't even imagine the magnitude of the size of what this is. It's like if you took an arena and chopped it in half, and you're playing to the one half of the arena, the whole back half of that arena is the content. The stage is about this big, and then all the stuff to the sides and up to the ceiling and on the ceiling is 15, 20 times bigger than all of that. It's staggeringly massive. Occasionally at sound check they were running the content that goes with the songs and all that. I was getting loopy. I was getting kind of where I felt like I was going to fall over because things are tilting and you think you're moving, but you're not.
It's like in traffic when a car is moving, you think you're going backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Am I moving? No. But it's pretty impressive, I must say. It is enjoyable.
Well, right before that, right, you did your residency at the Ryman where it was viewing your music and the
We
guitar.
didn't have anything in the back.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty big contrast between the two, right? Like, how do you bounce between the two, the Ryman and the Sphere?
Yeah, I mean, it's all the same. I'm playing and singing. It don't matter where I'm at. All I can do is what I do. I've said this my whole life. A great show is really dependent upon the crowd, not on the artist. The artist's going to play and sing the way they play and sing. And then if you catch that wave of adrenaline and excitement and you lift a crowd up and it lifts you up, and it's an amazing thing. It's like how a team can get lifted in a sporting event by the enthusiasm of a crowd, how it can push, and that's all real stuff. And it happens to musicians too, and all of a sudden you got this adrenaline going and you play better than you've ever played on a certain night or whatever, and it's really intoxicating to have a great crowd on your side. Nothing like it in the whole wide world. It's amazing.